Alright, so here we are back on episode 2. Going ahead and open up Diablo 3. I'm still on my Witch Doctor here. I think I'm going to log out, or leave game, and switch to my Barbarian. Now my Barbarian is not as strong, because he's not as geared, but I'm going to give you guys a little taste of what the Barbarian has the potential to do in this Season 4. So here's my Barbarian right here. I'm going to select Hero. Game settings, it says I'm on Torment 10. I'm going to do 8 just because I don't want to die and feel embarrassed. I guess that's the honest truth. So we're going to do T8 right here, and I'll walk you through this Barbarian in the build. So they call these Hota Barbs, which is Heart of the Ancients. And essentially what it is you running around and holding down right click, and you just essentially hit everything. So as you see right down here as I scroll over, it's Hammer of the Ancients. To make this ability, or to make this work, you have to have the Gravel of Judgment. It's going to return Fury, and it's also going to increase damage of Hammer of the Ancients. I also have Restraint and Focus. They're really good if you use Furious Charge to charge in there, and then you right click. Will pop both the ring cooldowns. Wrath of Berserker, you can keep it up pretty much constantly. Thank you to the Immortal King set. The 4-set bonus right there, and as well as the potential input of the ring in here as well, but that's overkill. So what I use is Arcane Damage Arcane Damage Prevention, because it seems to work really well. Arcane's just annoying. Strong Arm Bracers, so when they're knocked back they suffer 30% more damage. And the Furnace, the Furnace like always. I use Tangug, but I have been told to avoid that in this build, and I can see why. Because it takes a long time to build up, and you get very little rewards for building it up, unless you're using Whirlwind, where you can have it at max constantly. Pain Enhancer is a must. Attack speed, you can't go wrong with that. Bleeding, weapon damage, and I'm also using Bane of the Stricken for elite boss damage. For my passives, I'm going to use Nerves of Steel. That's going to give me a second life there. Rampage, as long as I move quickly, I can keep that up and make that efficient. This is always good for your first hit, or not your first hit, your last few hits. I'm thinking of the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter is 70% above. This one's 40% and below, or 30% below for 40% additional damage. Wow, I'm out of it. Okay, and this one's Increase All Fury Generation. I like this one because it helps keep my Fury full, essentially. So what I'm going to do is pop War Cry, hold down Shift, and then hold down right click. And what that's going to do is give me Fury, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner of my screen. I'm going to make sure that I keep these two buffs up constantly. I want to make sure that Battle Rage is up 24/7 as well. So we're going to enter a Nephilim Rift here. I'm just going to run through it and explain a few things. Have a little bit of fun, Diablo's about having fun. And we're going to see how far we can go, and how well we can wombo. So for bracers, I'm going to use Hammer of the Ancients, attacks 50% faster, and has more damage. So that's really good as well. This one right here, Call the Ancients, get the Fury rune. So if we go over here to Call the Ancients, we go over here to the Ancient's Fury. Gain 4 Fury every time an Ancient deals damage, which is really good. Together as one is 50% of all damage dealt to you is instead divided between your Ancients. So I'm taking 50% reduced damage just from that alone. So I'm going to go ahead and summon them, pop these 2 cooldowns, get as much full Fury as I can, pop Wrath, and go in. So essentially right now I'm just going to hold down right click and run. Now as you can see I'm hitting for about 600 million, 800 million. As you can see boss units just melt. And there's another hammer, it looks like. Well, that's a lucky drop. because I have immunity to Arcane, I'm going to go ahead and stand in that. So, as you can see, this build is quite efficient. If you get the right items, this build will actually be better and quicker than my Witch Doctor build. Maybe not better, but definitely quicker. On T10, if I can get strong enough, I should be doing pretty good. As you can see, I keep using Rush, and I make sure that my Wrath's Berserker is up constantly. And I'm going to try and chase this goblin here. Here we go. Goblins are always fun to kill, right? Unfortunately, in rifts, you don't have a chance of them opening goblin rifts. But in case you guys were not aware, if you guys find any puzzle rings, hold on to them. Do not get rid of your puzzle rings, because if you throw your puzzle ring in the cube, it will open a vault. And that vault will allow you to go in and find where the goblins come from, and you get to kill Greed himself, which is a good addition to the game. As well as a bovine weapon. If you ever find the bovine polearm, you can do the exact same thing in the cube. You just throw it in there, hit the transmute button, or whatever the button's name is, and it will open the hidden cow world for you, which is really nice too. Make sure you have lightning resist. Usually, the amulet's really good to have, because that way you're more resistant. And you heal, so that way you can do it on a harder difficulty. And you want to try and do vaults in the cow world on T10, because the items are not the most common in the world. You probably want to get the most for them. And I'm usually on Diablo quite a bit. I do play other games, and I probably will record a few other games. But if I'm ever on, and you guys see me on, my profile name is Divineblonde. You can just go ahead and add me, and I will go ahead and play with you. Be pretty fun. I'm open to meeting new people and playing with new people. So let's go ahead and go through here real quick. Charge in there. Make sure we keep our wrath up. So as you can see, our cooldown reduction is quite nice. Every time I hit, it's giving me additional cooldown reduction. Right now, it's gonna hurt me a little bit because of this. It's just gonna kill everything, so I can't get the cooldown reduction in. Make sure you keep your buffs up at all time. That's gonna give you damage and survivability. So here we go, down another floor. This is a good floor right here. This is a good one to get in the Greater Rift because it's an open field. There's a lot of stuff, usually a lot of bosses. And that's usually really good for efficiency. Greater Rifts is based on a lot of luck when it comes to your shrine placements, to the area that you find. So just because your friend gets a little bit higher than you doesn't necessarily mean he's a better player. It could just mean he's a little bit more lucky. Although I'm not saying that he is not a better player. So you should not take my advice as, you know, as in your friend sucks and you're better than your friend. But yeah, I definitely like to compete sometimes on guild leaderboards. Competing in world is too much for me, man. Some of those guys literally play like 18 hours, 24 hours a day. So my guess is they probably have multiple people playing the same account, and they're just tag teaming it out. So one guy sits down, you know, for 4 hours, like, hey man, I gotta pee. And then someone sits down while he pees and plays for a little bit, and then, you know, someone probably makes him lunch and gets him dinner, and then when he goes to bed, someone else goes in. That would be my guess. Just because of the amount that they do play, I don't really see anyone really having the time, let alone determination to play that much in this game. It takes a lot of determination to play a grind-heavy game, especially one that's fully based around RNG. although the RNG aspect does make Diablo a bit entertaining, and increases its replayability quite a bit. But seriously, 18 hours? Come on, man. That's a lot of time to spend on a game. That's why I'm only level 504, as you can see. And the season's been going on for a little while. I'm gonna run around this level a little bit. Maybe I'll get another elite mob. There's one right there. Now, if you guys have the Nemesis bracers on, you can grab shrines that'll spawn elite mobs. Every time you grab a shrine. Those are really nice to have on, just because you get one additional beast mob that you're able to kill, one more elite unit, which is a chance of better loot, death breath, as well as a shard at legendaries. Now, a lot of people, when I play with them, they like to rush. They like to skip all the trash and get to the last guy really quickly, and only kill elites. I'm going to suggest you guys don't do that. I found a lot of legendaries, a lot of materials, and a lot of other things from normal mobs. You know, and it seems that being the Hota Barb, you just go in there and you smash once or twice and you kill the mob. It's not going to take that much time out of your run. That's what's really nice about the Hota Barb. You can do it on the Witch Doctor as well. In my previous video I showed that. It's kind of hard, but it is doable. The Barbarian's much easier. It's essentially, I'm just holding down right click right now and pressing A to charge in. I'm doing that as well as keeping my 2 buffs up, which is S and D, and then popping F when it's off cooldown. You only need to resummon your Ancients if you die. They will last forever until you die. So that's always good. So that way you can just focus on A and right click, and then on occasion pop your 2 buffs. I try not to let my buffs wear off, but sometimes they do. So there's a ring right there. It could be a puzzle ring. We could get lucky, you know, that'd be kind of nice. I could show you guys a bit of the vault world, and expand Diablo a little bit for you guys. For those of you that don't have it, and for those of you that do have it, it might be fun to watch anyways. So right now I'm just looking through a few things. It looked like someone tried to call me, but I hung up. It's probably in Carson again. He's Archon, PieOK Archon. We play a bit of League of Legends as well. Mine's PieOK Meridian, so we do a bit of that as well. We're not really ranked or anything, because we're kind of an ARAM. We're ARAM heavy players. We love ARAM. They're more entertaining to watch, they're more entertaining to play, and you learn a lot more from it than you would a normal Summoner's Rift. Summoner's Rift is more, let's look at your individual skill. When ARAM is both, look at your individual skill and team coordination. So yeah, apparently I should turn my mic volume up. And I don't know if this one's lagging or not, guys. If it is, I'll have to change a few things. My game right now is pretty smooth, but the recording for some reason tends to lag, or it lagged last time, and I'm not sure why. So we're going to see if we can fix that. It may take a few recordings to get everything down perfectly, but I figure why throw away a video just because it's a little laggy. Apparently my voice is pretty quiet too. I'm a pretty chill individual. Usually don't get frustrated and just laugh at things when I fail, and you know, we just move on. Don't get frustrated. So yeah, I'm just running around a little bit in here. I hear another goblin. Dude, we've gotten really lucky. It's like the 3rd goblin. So, and those are the good ones to find, because those are all material based. Those odious. Alright. So I have people watching my video right now and giving me feedback on potential changes I can make to make it better. and easier to understand. So here we are. Let's see if we even got the puzzle ring in a sec here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so here we can just left click it, drag it. Nope, not the puzzle ring. That is the same gravel I have on, as you can see. Those gloves are kind of useless. So we'll go ahead and go down another level. Let's go till we hit the end here. Let's clear the entire thing. Why not? I'm on a Hota. But I'm not hitting very hard right now because my wrath isn't up, but it is now. Go ahead and pop that. That's why it's so important to keep it up. Keep hitting A to dash. So I may have to just down the quality of the video recording, which is unfortunate. You know, you always want to give viewers the highest quality. Usually makes people more inclined to watch your videos, being able to put it in HD. But unfortunately, I'm like most Americans and am fairly poor, so I can't really afford the equipment right now, but I will get it. I like recording, I like talking to you guys. It's good for me, you know, having a few anxiety issues, so talking online is a good outlet, it's a good social outlet, and it allows me to speak freely to some extent. So I will continue to do so. I hear another goblin, look at that. Too bad it's not a very good one, but it's another goblin regardless. And I missed my rush, that's always nice. My Furious Charge. Didn't look like a bovine, I was hoping it was. So here we go, we're gonna pick up this chest here, of course. Of course, why would you skip up chests? Unless I was zoned out and skipped a few while I was talking. That could be a possibility. But you try and want to flip bodies and pick up chests. I find a lot of legendaries doing it that way as well. I usually don't flip bodies though. Because bodies usually seem to be empty, and if they do throw something, it's usually gold. So as you can see, I've flipped like 5 and nothing's even popped out of them. Which in my opinion should be changed, you know, give me gold or something. Make people more inclined to click on stuff. Because right now it seems like they're just for decoration and a little white icon for you to left click, which is okay, I guess. Man, I got a little bit of gold, I feel rich. Destroying some stones there. Fun. Go ahead and kill these guys, rush in there. Flip that body over. Nothing but air. So we'll go ahead and get through here. Kind of just went in a big circle. We'll cut through the middle here. So you can see my numbers popping up a little bit. About 600 million. Oh, there's 1 billion in there. You know, I've seen Hota Barbs hit up to up to 4 billion before. I know a few people that have some that I play with, and they're pretty good. They just have a lot of gear. You know, we're talking like all ancients, and a gavel that does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, I don't have the best one. It's only like 3,600. So you don't need to be the most geared to do this. I could probably rock T10. It would take me a little bit longer, and it would be a little scary. And I might die a few times, which is okay. I just did T8 to see if it's, you know, see if I can get a few things. It seems like I've been able to get a little bit. The new vacuum system they put in is nice. Click on one, gives me both of them. It's been really useful, especially when goblins drop. That's actually been out for a while. I just don't know if you guys have played recently or not. Maybe you haven't played at all. But yeah, that used to not even be a feature. You would have to click and pick up everything. Diablo 3, when it was first released, was a huge disaster. Huge disaster. The auction house was a disaster. People were just selling things for outrageous prices and creating a bunch of bots that would just do missions over and over and over to get gold. So the scale just started to grow to the point where nobody could afford anything. And then Blizzard thought it a good idea to bring out a real money auction house, which was they're like, hey bot, hey all you botters out there, come profit for breaking the rules. And that's exactly what happened. So it got shut down pretty quickly. And you cannot trade unless they are in the party with you. So if I find some equipment like right now, I can't trade it to anyone else, which I think is rubbish. I think that they should get rid of that and allow you to trade with people on your friends list, at least, you know. That way, if you have a friend that comes in later and he's like, hey, guess what I found last night, and it's a piece you're looking for, you can go ahead and trade him for that piece or grab that piece from him. But I can understand why they don't do trading. That would enable someone to get 6 friends together, all roll the same character, and drop the best gear to one person. It would allow him to essentially clear the highest grade of rift possible very quickly, which would cause an extremely high skill for those that don't have as many friends that they can just invite that are really, really good. Like me, for instance, I don't have a lot of friends on here. But yeah, I can see why they don't do it. It just kind of sucks, you know. So there's the end right now. You know, usually I would walk around this and show you guys a bit more, but I think keeping a short video, you know, usually 10-15 minutes, is usually a good idea. Because it just allows you to sit down in the morning when you eat breakfast, maybe lunch, even dinner, and just watch it and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. You know, go through all that stuff. But yeah, thanks a ton for watching. We're going to go ahead and close this, and we're going to see what gear we got. I'm just going to show you guys what gear I got. It'd be kind of funny if I just took off without showing it like I did last time, right? Just learn things. Alright. So this is 3618. The good thing about that, finding another one, is that you can continuously re-roll it to get better stats. So what I'm going to do is just put it in there and re-roll it later in hopes of getting better stats. So these ones are not very good. If you do not have them in the cube, save them and put them in the cube. Any secondary ability, if you see right there at the bottom, it's an orange. That means it's cube savvy. For the most part, I believe there's a few items that will not go in there. But most of them will. So if you ever do find items like that you have duplicates of, throw them in the cube, you know, so you can get the passive. And a lot of you are saying, what the heck is the cube? Alright, so the cube is right here, like I showed you earlier. And if you go over here and click on the book, it'll tell you what you can do. So essentially you can reforge a legendary item. It's really expensive material-wise, which is why I'm not doing it right now. This one, if you find a yellow item, you can upgrade it to a legendary item of the same type. So if I get a bunch of gavels, if I find a bunch of hammers, I can upgrade all those in hopes of getting one of these. But because I already have one, I'm going to avoid doing that. You can change gems and stuff like that. But yeah, that's everything I found. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm just going to salvage each individual piece here. Right, there we go. And this is the potion I'm using. Increases healing from all sources by 22%, which is really good for the Barbarian. Because my life per hit, oh, it's only 8,000. That's embarrassing. Anyways, your weapon should have like a life per fury spent, and mine doesn't. My belt does though. but 922, come on, that's nothing. But if I were to have it on my weapon, I'd have another 3k to, 2500, 3k to that, which would make it pretty good. Because that way I'd be gaining a little bit of health every time I hit. But yeah, that's about it. This ability right here, though, the more fury you have, the more damage you're going to deal, because you get increased critical chance. So what I do in my Paragon is I'll go straight for maximum fury, and then movement speed, and then go to the top for strength. In offensive, I usually go critical hit chance first. This time I didn't, basically because of that ability there. I went critical hit damage, and then attack speed, so I swing faster. And critical hit chance. I don't need cooldown reduction due to the force set bonus of Immortal King. So I went life and armor here, and then resist all. Life regen per second is not great. Area damage is good, and resource cost reduction is pretty good. Gold they need to take out of here. They need to get rid of gold find. It's completely useless and completely pointless, seeing Diablo has no gold sink. Since right now I'm sitting at about 4 billion. They have no gold sink in this game, so there's nothing really to spend your gold on except for upgrading gems. And even at that, it's minimal. Even re-rolling gear is minimal. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. And thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.